Good afternoon, it's Jennifer McCreath. Today is July 1st, 2012. Wow, Canada Day, Memorial Day in Newfoundland, halfway through the year, halfway through my 39th year. Oh my goodness, this is, I think, the first real summer day. Topsail Beach around 1:30 p.m., 24 Celsius, sunny, little light wind. Perfect day to come and sit on the beach for several hours and relax, reflect, and look forward. Canada Day, what can I say? Some interesting memories for me going way back. 1992, Canada Day, 20 years ago today. I'd recently formed a new friendship with 3 or 4 guys, and we started playing tennis. And after being kind of ahead of the bunch, some of them caught up, and after bragging about being undefeated in the 90s, well, down we went. We lost our first tennis match of the decade, July 1st, 1992, in Etobicoke, Ontario, Canada. That was great in a sense, though, because it solidified a wonderful rivalry with an individual I would go on to play tennis with for many years, right up till 2001, when I soundly thrashed said gentleman, and he was never to be seen or heard from again. 2008, 4 years ago, let's talk about that Canada Day. I was at the peak of my marathon training, and don't really remember how it got started, but I got the idea that I was going to run a double marathon. There was a 10K charity race that occurred 10K from my doorstep, so I ran down to the race, ran the race, and ran home. A very hot, humid day. Then I was at 30K. Then I decided, well, let's run up to Middle Cove Beach, and I did. And I was so exhausted, I passed out on the beach for 2 hours for a nap. Then I woke up and ran home and realized, geez, we're at about 50 to 55K on the day. So I decided to go out and run around Kent's Pond many times, until I hit the infamous 84.4K double marathon mark. I was totally exhausted, but totally proud of myself. End of the day at 85K, and it's amazing to look back. I knew that the change in hormones would lead to significant change in athletic ability, from metabolism, from muscles, and I worked hard. I ran as much as I could, but I kept gaining weight and kept losing athleticism to the point where I got hurt. Let's talk about 2012, the first half. I think one of the most significant issues for me was dealing with a torn ligament in my right ankle. Physio has helped a certain extent, but it's still very vulnerable. One little step on a rock on this beach, which I did yesterday and today, will tweak it. Severe pain, make it very tough to walk for the rest of the day. Hardly any running. I ran the Not So Hilly Half Marathon about, was it 5 weeks ago? It was really my first long run of the year, and I was totally unprepared for it. It was essentially a fast walk, if that. I finished dead last, but I did finish. I needed something to boost my spirits. Very, very tough emotional year. Gained even more weight, having started progesterone. Struggled to, I guess, maintain some close friendships. Very busy in the trans advocacy world. Too many issues to talk about. We fought for rights. I gained prominence and recognition as a trans community leader internationally, sticking my nose and commenting on issues that have happened literally as far away as New Zealand, Australia, United States, and closer to home here in Canada. It's great that we now have seen victory for trans people in many ways in terms of human rights in Ontario and Manitoba. Alberta's relisted surgery. I lost my human rights case with regards to health here in Newfoundland, and that was probably one of the most devastating, crushing blows of my entire life. Even worse was the fact that nobody around me seemed to care much about the issue. Trans health seems to be very low on the priority list of the LGBT community, and because of that, one of the other major milestones was my departure from St. John's Pride, an organization I co-founded with some amazing people, and worked so hard with for the past 18 months to build it up into a credible organization to the point where we were getting mainstream media coverage, getting big name government involvement, and I faced a lot of pressure, and I felt I was ostracized. Maybe justifiable for some reasons, but I think not so much for many others. I publicly left the organization, went on the media, ate it up. I was on CBC News in hopes of helping the organization refocus and rebuild, and it worked. News of my departure led to a meeting of probably 40 people came out to help elect new talent to lead the organization, and I wish them all the best. They have not taken advantage of the opportunity to do much outreach with me, but that's fine. It's their baby, and it's up to them to decide what to do with it. I'm glad to have, I guess, freed myself from that responsibility so I can focus more on other issues. What else has happened? Depression. Life's difficult for all of us, perhaps, and when society, you work so hard to fit in, do the right things, and to feel that you've been overlooked because of something beyond your control, it's totally unfair, and it makes it very tough. Let's talk about more of the positives. First time ever, a full-length feature interview on television, a 30-minute biography to look at me and my life. Rogers Television, thank you very much for taking an interest in me and my story. They also had me on to talk about Jenna Talikova, another amazing part of the trans world, beauty queen, gaining acceptance into a very traditional and conservative environment. So a lot of people worked hard to push society on that one. Access to information, protection of privacy was my old job that I lost, and it came up in the news and in the political environment, and I found myself taking a keen interest in that and got myself quoted and interviewed all over the media. It's nice to be known now as a subject matter expert for something other than being trans, being a privacy professional. It was great fun to get some, specifically the Memorial University radio station had me on for 20 minutes to talk about this. I just need a breather here. I guess the toughest thing for me has been, trying to insert myself as a community person outside of the trans environment. And it's been very tough to find acceptance because I don't know why. Yeah, I can be tough to get along with. Yeah, I can be miserable at times, but I just haven't been able to develop. I haven't been able to fit into a circle of friends, cliques, shall we say. Here I am sitting on the beach by myself today. Everyone else on the beach seems to be in groups. Well, where's my group? Well, 2 weeks ago I went to, my only real group seems to be the trans community in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and PEI. And I had my first trip in almost a year to the mainland and visited two great friends. One didn't even know I was coming. It was a major surprise, but we had a great time hanging out, and it kind of made me question if maybe I don't belong here. Maybe if my best friends are in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, maybe that's where I need to be. Employment. Still haven't been able to find a better job. Been stuck in this one job for 2.5 years. It's great to have that job, but at the same time it's disappointing that I can't seem to get back up to the level I was at before I became Jennifer. 5 years ago I had a much better job than I have today, and that's really upsetting. Major stressor. Getting old. A year and a half from now I'll be 40. At what point have you had your greatest moments, and at what point do you have to start letting go of dreams? I hate to have to do that. How much longer can you be a young professional? How much longer can you be a young prospect, an upcoming, someone who has their whole life ahead of them? I don't know where to go with this. It has me really doing some soul searching, trying to figure out, okay, what do I really want to do with my life? What tools are there? What can I do? What can't I do? The time has to be now to make things happen. a more very recent event that really I found myself grieving and hurting was a member of the university volleyball team, a 21-year-old lovely young lady, team captain, scholar athlete, was hit by a car and killed. Didn't know her, but I watched her play. I pay keen attention to the sports around here, the volleyball and the basketball teams at the school, and it just totally broke my heart to see such a promising, lovely young life tragically taken. And I guess it's got me thinking, you know, take advantage. You're alive. Maximize each and every day you've got. Set some crazy goals and go after them. And I guess that's where I am now. I've got a bunch of different priorities and focuses tugging at different directions. It's like you got 6 people grabbing an elastic band and pulling it all in different directions, and the end result is it's getting stressed and it's not moving anywhere. I need to find a way to focus. Yeah, kind of lost, I guess you could say. A lot of the things I sort of took for granted are now gone. Running being a huge part of that. Health. Friendships, acquaintanceships, heck, romance. I feel there's a lot of things missing in my life, and I'm not totally convinced I have full control over my ability to go and find those things. Yeah, it's just going to be an interesting times ahead for me. Anyway, I'm just hoping to clear my mind of all my troubles, get this video recorded, and just sit back and relax, sit in the sun, jump in the ocean for a swim, and enjoy the day that it is. And maybe I'll go and visit the ducks. The animals really seem to mean a lot to me. Anyway, I'm gonna end this video with just some footage of Topsail Beach, and thank you very much for watching.